19 USC. Two teams that are not super familiar with each other. In purple, USC in white. Here comes Washington with the right arm. Line drive right into the net, and the first point to LSU. Deckert couldn't find it on the reception, and quickly 1-0 in favor of the Tigers.
Washington's no stranger at the net with 11 service aces against 19 service errors.
Very versatile player. She lets it go again. Another line drive. Deckert finds it. Messer to her left side. Weijay the right arm, and she keeps it in. Whispers onto the back line to tie it up at 1. Quickly, some back and forth here, McKenna.
Absolutely. We're going to see some subs coming in for USC.
USC on the serve for the first time. Megan Verbeest. Normally a libero for the Trojans, but in the white jersey right now. The right arm and the reception. The right side, Weijay finds it. Messer hits it over, and McGinnis with some precision on that left side. Trojans with the 2-1 advantage.
McGinnis is just a power at the net. She had a career-high 5 blocks against UC San Diego last year, and it's just someone you want to see up there.
Verbeest again, received cleanly. To the right side, Jeffrey, and it's blocked out. The deflection gives the point to LSU. And there's Cameron Jeffrey, the freshman, getting in on the action early.
She had a few season highs already, 5 digs and 4 total blocks against Notre Dame and 5 kills against Houston.
Jessica Jones, the Texas native, has been really efficient on the hitting side so far. Hit 600 last match. McGinnis cocks it over. Ball still in play. And a miss hit from Journey Robinson. A rare mistake goes right into the net. USC picks up another point. The Trojans trying to come out to an early lead.
A mistake is right, Casey. Not exactly something we're used to seeing from her, but if that is how the first set is going to go, USC can try and capitalize on it.
Abigail Mullen with the line drive, and they capitalize on another mistake. Some miscommunications early from LSU allows USC to go up 2. And the Abigail Mullen, the star freshman for USC, to serve again. Talked about Mullen, had 11 kills last match. Her career high a few weeks ago at 22 against UCSB. Robinson finds it. Back to Robinson, and she gets the deflection. 998 for Journey Robinson. Career kills, and a point for LSU, 4-3.
Robinson's been known for making those types of responses while on a point deficit, and she's definitely someone the Tigers have relied on in those types of instances.
First time seeing Takila Brown as she serves it away, not a starter. Messer, left hand, and the slam. Reese Messer plants herself right in the middle of the SC logo. Gets the point for USC. And on comes Brooklyn Teeler. Weijay to the serve. Our player to watch, London Weijay, who had a double-double last match against Western Michigan to serve. Sends it away, a long serve, but kept in. Journey Robinson hits it hard, but barely out. Just squeaking past that white line. USC taking advantage of some missed hits from LSU. They lead 6-3.
Casey, if you're Robinson, what are you looking for to get those 1,000 kills here today?
You got to stay aggressive. Take what USC is going to give you as Weijay sends it away. A high one for Robinson. Back to Journey. Right side blocked out in front. Still kept in as Smith couldn't get it to go and hit right in front of Deckert for a kill. There's another one.
Robinson just inching closer to that 1,000th kill.
999 for Journey Robinson. Something we're keeping our eyes on. USC leads 6-4. Deckert finds it. Messer. Mullen. Robinson finds it. Brown to her right side. Washington keeps it in. Nia Washington with some precision as London Weijay couldn't navigate.
There's a reason why that duo is so powerful for LSU, just point after point, all reliable.
LSU back to serve. Journey Robinson again. Messer to her left. Taylor has it blocked, but it goes out. And there's Brooklyn Teeler, another impact player for USC off the bench. The redshirt freshman getting in on the noise. USC with an early advantage, but not by much. Here's Taylor Deckert in that black libero kit. Nice serve, but kept in. Robinson, does she have 1,000? There was a violation called on USC. See if they credit the kill to Journey. And they do. 4 digits for Journey Robinson, 1,000 career kills. He doesn't react to it much, maybe doesn't know, but nonetheless, a huge milestone. Mullen with the kill in the meantime. So Journey Robinson becomes the 24th ever LSU player to reach 1,000 kills.
24th ever and 12th in this rally scoring era. Quite the accomplishment for her.
Service ace for Messer. Reese Messer has been such an accurate player for USC. It's only her 2nd service ace of the season. But on that subject, such a impactful player these past few years, was an all-first teamer in the SEC. That one's hit right into the net. But a huge milestone for Journey Robinson. And I think the only thing that could top that is getting the win tonight.
Absolutely, Casey. And you know, what makes her such a dangerous opponent for the Trojans is she's not just a scorer. She also leads her team in digs at 2.79%, 81 total, and has chipped in 6 aces with 17 blocks. So an all-around star player. Yeah,
leads the team in digs. The serve is away. Messer navigates to her left. Mullen, right arm, and it finds its way out of bounds. Good attempt there from Mullen. She's going to stay aggressive. Couldn't find it inside the boundaries. LSU on the serve, looking for the upset today. Team that's had to compete in a very top-heavy and elite SEC conference. Messer to Teeler, has it blocked out in front. Nia Washington has an early block, came in today with 14. Coming over from Ole Miss. An impact player. LSU on a 3-0 run. All knotted up at 9. Lauren Brooker back to serve. Deckard up ahead. Ford, built tough. Right in front of Cassidy. And that's Leah Ford, a player that is certainly underrated for USC.
Absolutely, Casey. I mean, Ford is just one of those players who is able to find the slot and get those critical points in when it counts.
USC up 1 again. Gala Trubin to serve, another player that's rotated in and out of the libero position. Brooker to her right side, and it's kept in. Jessica Jones, one of 6 Texas natives on this LSU team, gets it to go. Get it back and forth here, McKenna.
Absolutely. That marks kill number 47 for Jones. She is the number 3 on this LSU team.
Washington, good serve. Mullen has it jabbed at the net. Right in her face, Journey Robinson. She's been everywhere. 8 attacks so far for Journey Robinson.
That goes into how versatile of a player as we were just talking about, Casey.
Such a good player at the net and behind it. Mullen to her right side. That time she gets it to go. Drops the anchor on the left side. And Abigail Mullen starting to heat up a little bit after getting blocked at the net, McKenna.
Mullen's another one of those presents where she does not want to be scored against. I mean, no player does, but you see that fire light up within her and trying getting those points back.
Megan Verbeest serves it away. Found by Kirchhoff. In the middle for Jones, and she lands it in front of Megan Verbeest. A lot of hard hits so far for both teams. LSU not showing any signs of wear and tear after traveling all the way to Los Angeles.
Definitely not, Casey. You know, this is a team that's had quite success on the road, and after this tournament, their next 2 games are also going to be on the road, so something they definitely had to get used to.
Also play Cal in this invitational. Messer to her left side. Weejay comets it to the floor. London gets it to go. And the back and forth continues. Knotted up at 12. Trojans trying to go on a run like they did early on in this set. Mullen gives it to go, and she gets the service ace. Abigail Mullen leads USC with 8 service aces and showing why they like her on that back line.
You're right, Casey. And, you know, she also just had 11 kills against WMU in the last game out.
And there's another one. A miss hit by Allie Kirchhoff, and Abigail Mullen showing why her force is to be reckoned with.
You know, this service game could be quite interesting to look at. The Trojans typically do struggle with service errors, LSU even more so. So if Mullen can keep up these service aces, could be a turning point.
Nearly had another one there. Kirchhoff puts it up high. Robinson, the right arm. It's blocked but out of play. Journey Robinson still making an impact here early. LSU comes back within 1. Tyra Smith out for the first time. Making an impact alongside Brown. LSU back to serve again. Brown lets it go. Messer back to Mullen. Hands at the top of the net, but kept in. Cassidy to her right. Smith. Messer right in the middle. Weejay tries to tap it. The rally continues. Robinson. Messer left side. McGinnis gets it to land off the hand. Riley McGinnis has been such a back. 15-13 Trojans lead. Deflection out of play. Point to Tyra Smith. Trying to make an impact for LSU, a player that they brought in from South Carolina. It's a really transfer-heavy team. McKenna brought in 4 this year. USC only brought in 1.
The transfers for LSU have been quite successful.
Messer that time can't get it to go. Nia Washington, one of those transfers, to your point, getting in on the action.
Washington had great success at Ole Miss. All-American, all-region, all-SEC first team.
Taylor tries to kiss the floor, but Cassidy finds it, and it's blocked. Riley McGinnis launches fire. And USC quickly out of the break allowed 2 points, and then they get one of their own, back up by 1. Back is Taylor Deckert, one of the key freshmen for USC. Leads the team in digs per set with over 2.5. Kirchhoff to her right. It's blocked out in front by Lee. Somehow kept in by Messer. Messer again. Ford! Right arm, right slam. Keeping USC out in front. And that's what USC needs at the right front of the net. Having those impact players chime in.
Especially with Ford, you know, she's just someone who is able to get these types of points at the net.
Deckert barely grazes the net. Weejay flying forward. Brown. And hit out. Journey Robinson can't find the back line. USC back up by 3. Timeout on the court. Called by almost upon us as teams head back out to the court. USC 7 points away from a first set victory. LSU trying to repeat what they did out of the break previously when they scored 2 unanswered to retie it up. Taylor Deckert to serve. Somehow kept in by Kirchhoff. Hit hard by Washington, but blocked. A tandem of Messer and Ford on that near side. And USC continuing to show their blocking prowess and why they're second in the Big Ten in blocks per set.
The blocking has totally come alive this season with just duos up at the net, totally taking advantage of using their long extension and getting that block.
Robinson nearly got a kill there, but dug up cleanly. Back to Washington, and she finds the middle. Right in the middle of all the Trojans, and that snaps USC's 4-0 scoring run. Tigers back within 3.
Back at Ole Miss, you know, Washington was able to help the Rebels reach the NCAA tournament, was able to go through the first round, but didn't quite make it that far. But during her time at Ole Miss, she had 445 kills, averaging 3.84%. So not a stranger to having those wide arm stances.
Cassidy back to serve. Messer, the setup to Mullen. Raises the fingertips at the net. Cassidy hits it high. Washington, the poke. And the finish. Trojans a little flat-footed trying to go for the block. Nia Washington continuing her reign. A new Tiger has only played a handful of sets so far. Cassidy again. And that one well errant off to the right side. A service error for Laurel Cassidy, giving 3 points to USC.
We've seen these timeouts be kind of distracting for the Trojans, giving up points after each of them.
See how that affects the rest of the match as Messer lets it go. Hit hard by Smith. Kept in. Leah Ford navigates. Robinson to her right. Back to Washington. The slight poke again. Trojans kicking and throwing all over each other. Robinson pokes it ahead. Taylor whips it down, but it continues the rally. Washington, the hard hit. Deflection finds Weejay. Taylor has it blocked. Deckert right there. Taylor again. Washington, the setup. Right side for Smith. Mullen. It continues. The back and forth. Taylor with the jab. And it's blocked out in front, but Mullen creates the deflection. Abigail Mullen with some trickery in the rally. It goes to USC.
And what a point it was for USC. That was just one of those hard-fought rallies as we take another look here. Almost getting in and out multiple times, but both teams being able to save it until the very last second where USC is able to get the drop and take advantage of that out-of-play shot.
Suspenseful moment here in the first set. Right side for Smith. Tries for the kill. Ford just has to lunge it over. Kirchhoff to her right side. Smith again. Back to the left side. Washington. And it's out of bounds. Washington nearly had a very solid kill there, but a point for USC. And they're that much closer to up by 5. 3 away from a set victory. Reese Messer the serve. Reception from Washington. In the middle for Robinson. Deckert somehow lunges to find it. Taylor whips her right arm. Kirchhoff back up ahead. Washington goes into the net. And that's a point for USC. A little bit over-eager, Nia Washington right on that left side.
We've seen USC be able to take advantage of key errors on LSU's part, and it has accounted for quite a bit of points, so something that LSU is going to want to stop the accumulation of.
Reese Messer lunges it right into the net. So a point for LSU. They'll be back on the serve. The Brooker, who's actually a native of the Southern California area from Calabasas, transferring over to LSU from UC San Diego. Very familiar with the area here. She lets it go. Messer, left side for Mullen. Pure force as she stamps the floor. Abigail Mullen pushing USC 1 point away from a set victory here in this first one. Dawn Trubent will try to end things with a good serve here.
You know, when you have Mullen have that opportunity to get advantage of those slower balls, she's just able to use her power and find that empty space on the court.
Dawn Trubent the right arm, and she hits it right into the net for an error. Tigers stay alive narrowly. And Nia Washington back to serve.
You know, before LSU and before Ole Miss, she was actually an Iowa student. So this is her third school in college.
Familiar with the Big Ten. Messer up ahead for Mullen. Has it blocked. And the Tigers prevail just a bit further here in this first set. They bring it within 4. Talk about Nia Washington. Familiar with the Big Ten. And she's had a really good start to this game so far, co-leading the game with 4 kills. Nia to let it go. And a service error gives USC the set. And again in 2025, as they went 0-4 against ranked teams last season. Trubent to begin this next set. Brooker to her right side. Jones threads the needle on the left side. And LSU out to a quick 1-0 lead to begin this second set. But to that point, LSU brought in a lot of returning players as we take another look.
Yeah, Jones is just another one of those players for LSU that's able to find those empty spots. She is no stranger to kills.
Washington forces it right into the net, showing a little bit of frustration. A service error for her, and LSU knows at this point they can't be giving away free points as USC took advantage of that last set.
It's exactly what we were talking about in the break, Casey. You know, LSU really needs to minimize on these types of errors, and if they want to show their face here at Galen, really take advantage of using their prowess to put up a good fight.
Blocked on that near side. Journey Robinson getting another credit there. Currently at 1,002 career kills, 5 tonight. Jessica Jones, the Frisco, Texas native, to let it go. A really big freshman campaign last year, trying to build on it here in 2025. Nearly an ace, but kept in. Weejay has it blocked, but it goes out. Point for USC. London Weejay taking advantage right on the pin of the net. So the back and forth continues from last set here early in set 2. Abigail Mullen lets it go with the right hand. And it can't find the boundaries. Service error for Mullen.
These service errors on both sides really have been giving the other the advantage, because there's nothing you want to see more than have that ball go into the net, go right out of bounds when you want to be playing every point to their capacity.
Kyla Brown back to serve. Her dad played for Texas football, and she can't go inbounds there either. But she's familiar with USC because her dad played football with Texas when they beat USC in the national championship. So she's familiar with this team.
Wonder how it feels for her to be back. All the stories I'm sure we're told.
Just a young kid in that 2006 Rose Bowl. Blocked out in front as Lee can't get it to go. Up ahead for Brown. Lee again puts it to the left of Weejay and gets the kill. LSU with some early force, and they're excited on the bench.
This type of momentum is something they're going to want to capitalize on. We see Robinson back to serve, and definitely going to want to make a point happen here.
Here's Journey Robinson leading all players in kills so far. Has 5 of them. Teeler tries for the kill, but it's dug up by Cassidy. Washington again. A jab between Messer and Washington. It finds itself up in the air. The rally continues. To the right side, and the kill from Smith. Tyra Smith has been so efficient this season. Hit .316 last match. Continuing her good play here. So LSU up by 2. Here's Journey again. Kind of a soft serve. USC receives it cleanly. McGinnis can't get it to go. And another point for the Tigers. They've come out of this break pretty strong.
Something we saw them take a little bit of advantage of last set, being able to get points against the Trojans on those timeouts, and seeming this break is doing the same for them.
Journey Robinson kind of with a knuckleball serve as McGinnis tries for the kill, but Journey's right there. Messer for Teeler. Weejay says she has it. Teeler finds the floor. Brooklyn Teeler ends the 3-0 scoring run and gets USC back on the board.
That marks Teeler's second kill of the night. As we take another look at it, just making LSU dive for the ball, but not being able to get under it.
Deckert with the serve, a good one, but it's kept in and slammed hard by Lee. Angelina Lee only had 3 kills last match, trying to add on to that, getting the start today. And LSU continuing their lead.
That marks 41 kills for Lee this year. Back in 2023, she had 48 for the whole season, so clearly some improvement going on there.
Messer the set, and Ford finds Hardwood off the deflection. Leah Ford, the only Trojan so far to get a Big Ten weekly honor. 2 weeks ago, she was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. Trying to earn another one. Nia Washington. It's a right into Weejay. Teeler has it blocked, but out of play. And that's Brooklyn Teeler again, showing so much physicality on the net. So here's Reese Messer once more. Leads USC in assists, well over 200. In the middle for Jones. Teeler again, hit high, almost hitting the scoreboard. USC tracks it down. Mullen paints the floor with her right arm. And Abigail Mullen trying to find another double-digit kill performance. Has 4 so far as she whips her right arm.
Still leading USC in kills per set and kills.
Brown to her left. Washington with some force. But they say it's a hold. Tanya Johnson, the head coach for LSU, is livid, as Nia Washington thought she had the kill there. See if they challenge it.
We're seeing looks from the team to head coach. Not sure whether to challenge it or not, but it seems like they're going to let it go unchallenged.
USC gets the point, now on a 4-0 run. Smith hits it hard. A free ball for LSU. Brown to her left. Washington has it blocked. Who else but Abigail Mullen? So present all over the floor as the Trojans continuing their run. Now 5 consecutive points.
We talked about Robinson being so strong on both parts of the net, but how about Mullen? We've seen her do the same thing for the Trojans.
Messer the serve. Brown to her left. Washington, that time she didn't hold it. Hit the back part of the court. And a little bit of a platoon change for LSU, including a libero change, bringing back in Cassidy. Brooker back to serve. Leads the team in assists with over 5%.
She just had 34 assists against Baylor earlier this season.
Baylor, a really solid team. Mullen tries for the kill, kept in. To the left side for Mullen once more. Ford, Messer the setup for Teeler. Brooker finds it, Cassidy to her right. And it's hit out. Jeffrey can't find the floor, and USC again capitalizing on mistakes. McKenna, how does LSU navigate all these mental errors when they're down a set?
You know, I think they really got to take advantage of having a mindset of each point is a point. You know, there's a thing for a reverse sweep for a reason, Casey. So they just got to push the errors out of their mind and focus on playing good volleyball. And
that's another mental error. Brooker tried to get it to Jones at the top part of your screen, but couldn't, as Tanya Johnson and LSU
are banging on the door trying to get in, but haven't been able to convert that yet.
USC 6-time national champs as we resume play. Good dig up there from Deckert. Brooker over the middle, Robinson, and it hits off the scoreboard. In play still, Mullen hits it straight into the net. The scoreboard is in play, folks, as Mullen had to track it down, hitting off the video board.
You know, we've seen this happen pretty much every break, every timeout. USC just isn't able to score that first point out.
It's a good observation because LSU will have to use their timeouts tactically, especially considering that, as Washington, another service error. She's struggled on the serve so far.
You know, speaking about struggling on that serve, 4 errors here today, but that brings it up to 25 service errors this season against 6 service aces. So definitely something she's going to want to change.
USC up 3, about halfway for another set victory as Verbeest lets it go. Brooker up ahead, Robinson, and a great dig by Verbeest. Weejay just has to send it over. Brooker to her left, Robinson completes the journey. Getting another kill. Still leads all players, now 7 for Journey Robinson, up 12-10.
And this isn't anything new from Robinson as we take a look at that kill there. She was also just as formidable as a freshman, AVCA South Freshman of the Year, SEC All-Freshman. The list goes on, Casey. Quite an accomplished young lady. She had 391 kills as a freshman, so something that she's been able to continue building on.
Especially in a loaded SEC with so many ranked teams. McGinnis tries for the kill, and she gets it. Riley McGinnis with the unconventional kill, but a kill nonetheless. USC back up to a 3-point lead here in set 2.
And we've seen what happens when USC is able to build out that lead and get on a good momentum. You know, volleyball is as much as a mental game as any sport, and it's so important when going on these scoring runs and getting an opportune point to just keep on building upon that.
Abigail Mullen back to serve. She's up to 5 kills today. Has double-digit kills in 5 matches so far. 3-ball over for Weejay. Messer to Weejay again, and she finds the kill. Gets the deflection off of Kirchhoff. And London Weejay going toe-to-toe with Abigail Mullen. Each have 5 kills for USC. Mullen to serve again for the Trojans. Had 11 kills last match as she can't get it over the net. And a needed point there for LSU.
Not only did Weejay have 11 kills in last match, but the one before that as well. So 11 seems to be her lucky number.
LSU will be back on the serve to Kyla Brown. Second in assists coming into today with 143, only behind Brooker. Messer McGinnis again. Brown to her left. Cassidy just has to whip it over. Weejay slams it past the back line. Out of play, and back-to-back points for LSU. A little bit of a response after going down. They're back within 2.
Brown will be back for the serve. As you said, second in assists. She had 25 assists, 11 digs, and an ace against San Diego State earlier this season.
A high looping serve to the left side. Weejay gets it to go. Brown to her left. Robinson has it blocked. Riley McGinnis had 8 kills on opening night. So impactful on defense as well with another block right on top of that net.
We've seen how important this blocking set has been for the Trojans as we get another look at it here. Just being able to use your advantage like that is something that they really need to build on.
Robinson, wow, impressive. Just keeping it on the left side of that line. Keeping LSU in range with USC. And Journey Robinson will serve once more. 8 kills for her. 1,005 on the career. Also has 8 digs tonight, leading all players. Deckert receives. Teeler. Cassidy finds it. Robinson again, and they said it was in. Journey Robinson defying gravity. Willing LSU back in this match.
We talked about her playing on both sides of the net, leading in both kills and digs, something that she's just been able to excel at.
Messer for McGinnis. Ascending new heights and sending it right in the middle of the floor. Trojans needed a point there after letting LSU ride a bit. They're back up 2. Taylor Deckert, one of the big freshmen for USC, back to serve. Brown. Oh, and Smith limping a little bit after attempting that jump. Misread it a little bit, and I have to hope she's okay there on the missed jump.
Coach Johnson coming out to talk with her, seeming like she's going to stay in and play.
Sort of leaning on that right leg.
It'll be something that Coach Johnson is definitely watching out for.
Robinson. Washington tries for the deflection. Deggert digs it up. Robinson again. Round to her right. Smith stays in the game after the limp and gets the kill. Back within 2. Bit closer here in set 2 after the Trojans won by 5 in that first set.
And what a response from Smith coming off of that possible injury with a kill.
Up ahead for Messer. To her left. Teeler tries for the deflection. Jones slams it home. LSU sticking with USC. Not going away after going down in the first set. They'll be back on the serve with Laurel Cassidy. Cassidy really good defensively for LSU. Over 7 digs her past 4 matches, but she sends it right into the net, and a free point for USC.
And she'll step off the court. Kirchhoff will go in for her.
Yeah, those service errors struggle for both teams, but LSU with 6 of them so far, of course, down on the scoreboard. Messer the serve. Washington picks it up. Robinson hits it. And another hit back into the net. That's 12 attacking errors for LSU on top of those 6 serving errors.
Definitely difficult, Casey. I did see that ball hit her in the face, so impressive that they were still able to get it up.
Round to her right side, and it hits the pin. Point for USC. LSU struggling with precision. Smith can't get it to go. Timeout called. Reese Messer will resume play for USC out of the timeout. They're up 5. And nearly a service ace. Yes, it is. Reese Messer with the precision as Robinson couldn't find it in the middle cleanly. The Trojans 4 points away.
As we look at the stark difference there, 5 service aces for USC against LSU's 1, so something that LSU is going to want to clean up there.
Jones whips it forward, keeping LSU close, taking advantage of the high arcing ball. The Tigers back on the serve with Lauren Brooker. Talked about her being from the area, played 2 seasons at UCSD. A really big freshman campaign in 2023. 3-time Freshman of the Week in the Big West. Teeler. Washington has it blocked again. Brooker for Robinson, and she deals with the deflection and gets the kill. Trojans try for the block, but a failed attempt. And LSU sticking in there out of the timeout once again.
You talked about Brooker as we get another look here, getting that set to Robinson, but Brooker's, as you said, had quite the freshman campaign. She was also a 2023 Big West All-Freshman team, as well as having that 3-time Player of the Week.
Mullen has it blocked. LSU, I mean, we talked about it in the first set, but it's continuing now out of the timeout. And there's another one. USC will call timeout. Brad Keller having to navigate.
So far on the night, so something she's going to want to keep on building on to get her double-digit norm.
Messer, right side. Teeler misreads it. And USC slipping on banana peels right now. LSU back within 1.
Once again, we see USC fail at getting that first point off of a break, something that they really need to be able to work on.
Brooker. Messer for Mullen. Tries for the deflection and gets it. Lands right in the middle of the SC logo as Abigail Mullen silencing the 4-0 scoring run, and the Trojans keeping their composure.
Yeah, after that tip, nothing really LSU could do besides get underneath it quicker. I mean, this communication is going to want to build as they try and avoid errors. Speaking
of errors, there's one right there as Brooklyn Teeler serves it errantly. Back to a 1-point game. You need 25 to claim the set. Trojans up 1-0. Nia Washington trying to have a short-term memory as she's had 4 errors today. And there's another one. Service errors going back and forth. USC now 2 points away from taking this set, thanks to the error.
Yeah, Casey, we've talked about it before, but these service errors are critical for both teams. You see 7 and 6, high numbers for both, and something they're going to want to mitigate.
Here's Megan Verbeest with the serve. Good one on Washington, who can barely find it. Back to Washington, who hits it over. Trubin up ahead for Messer, setting up Weejay, and she whips it through. Stamping the Big Ten logo. And London Weejay getting USC closer. They're 1 point away, and the fans are on their feet. Verbeest back to serve once more. Only a 3-point game. Hits it with the right arm. It's a line drive. Washington for Brooker. Robinson finds the floor. Keeping LSU alive, McKenna.
And what about some exciting volleyball we have here? You know, we talked about at the top of the show how critical these big hitters were going to be on either side, and we've really seen that come alive here today. going 22-24, just really going after each and every point.
Jessica Jones will serve. Trying to bring LSU back even closer. They're only down 2 points. Can't afford to give up a point. Deckert somehow keeps it in. Weejay going toward the bench and somehow gets it over the net. Robinson hits the floor. An immaculate effort from Deckert and Weejay, but it turns into nothing as LSU only down 1. Timeout called by USC. Let's take another look.
They're just giving their all to keep that ball.
Great atmosphere in the young part of the season here in Los Angeles. Jones the right arm. Rubin picks it up. Right side for Mullen, who has it blocked, and we're even. Who else? Journey Robinson, who's already at double-digit kills. And what could be a career game for her, one she'll certainly remember.
As we take another look at that block there, you know, there's a reason why she's such a defining player for LSU. Totally alive at the net and in the back of the court.
Jones the serve. You got to win the set by 2 points. Mullen again. And they deflect it off Jones for the point. Trojans at 25. They need one more for the set.
Always tough when a point like that has come off a deflection for the other team. Not something that LSU wanted to see.
Mullen trying to end the set here. Washington. Brooker to her left side. Robinson the right arm. Dug up by Mullen. Kept alive out in front. Brooker again. Robinson has it blocked. Lee trying to communicate. Messer back to Deckert. Weejay the right arm. Brooker to her left. Robinson finds the floor. The set continues, and it's Journey Robinson willing her team to a possible set win, but it'll continue. You got to win by 2. We're all knotted up at 25.
Something really interesting we saw in that point that we hadn't seen in previous was close at net play. We haven't seen a lot of that in either set here tonight, but that time, both teams were just playing touch after touch, really close up to the net, trying to get in that sneak attack instead of both of their usual power hits.
Here's to Kyla Brown. High looping serve. Messer for Weejay. Good dig there from Washington. Robinson again, and that time she's blocked. Washington to her left. Brown for Lee, and a great dig by Deckert. Another long rally. Weejay dug up by Cassidy. Robinson right arm. Messer, Weejay, 2 hands, and she finds the floor. London Weejay puts 2 hands on the ball and just gets enough power, getting USC back to a set point.
That's exactly what we saw from either team on the point right before this, trying to use that sneak play. And here we see London Weejay be able to turn that into a point for USC.
Trojans 1 point away from a 2-0 set advantage. Weejay the serve. Robinson trying to get the kill, and it's blocked out of bounds. LSU staying alive, and they have been gritty in this set, facing set point multiple times.
I think they know what it means if they're down 0-2, Casey. That's something that they're going to try and avoid. Keep it to 1-1 as Cassidy comes back in for the Tigers.
Robinson the serve. It's been huge in this set for LSU. Brown, the setup for Lee. Messer finding McGinnis. Another great dig. Cassidy waves her team off. McGinnis trying to find the middle. Teeler can't get it in bounds. And this time LSU's at set point. They lead 27-26 and 1 point away from their first set victory.
I think as we've been in these super close to set point, we've seen both teams take advantage of these types of trick play, trying to sneak it on over.
Journey Robinson, she has 14 kills so far with the serve. Teeler with the deflection. Robinson just hits it high. Washington, Mullen with some composure. McGinnis trying for the kill. It's kept up and hit into the net. And USC staying alive themselves in this set. Knotted up at 27 after the miscue from LSU.
We just hear Galen Center erupt from the crowd. You know, everyone's still on their feet as they have been since we hit 24 points for USC. something they really want to see the Trojans is be able to take this 2-0 lead.
Deckert sends it away. Brown to her left side. Washington blocked by a pair of Trojans. Brown, and that time LSU able to find Lee in the middle. They're back up to set point. Wow, what a great set we have here. Cassidy will serve.
We always talk about how each team has to really go after it and want it more, but it couldn't be more true as we head into more extra points here.
Cassidy the serve. Messer trying to locate. Taylor drops the anchor right in the middle of the court. And USC staying alive here in set 2. We're nearing 30 points for both teams. Knotted up at 28.
And what a kill from USC, proving that they're not just here to match points, but they're here to win it.
Brown in the middle. Washington, left side, out of bounds. Trojans back up to set point, and we're going to see a challenge from Tanya Johnson. Potentially, she has that green card.
Robinson was looking at head coach Johnson for the challenge, but they are going to avoid it tonight.
She was talking with assistant Kevin Inlow. They were picking up that green card and then put it right back down. USC 1 point away. Washington blocked, and there's the set. A pair of Trojans at the bottom of your screen getting the block, and the Trojans take a needed back and forth set. As it'll be Lauren Brooker to tee things off for the Tigers. Brooker's been solid so far on the serve.
Yeah, Brooker gives LSU a true dual threat, hitter turn setter, and she knows what the attackers need.
Messer to her right. Mullen cocks the arm. Cassidy keeps it in. And there it is. Brad Keller talked about the athleticism. Cassidy lunging to keep that play alive, and LSU the first point of the third set.
Yet again, coming off of a break, LSU being able to take that first point, something that they want to be able to turn around and carry that through, try and build that momentum.
Brooker again. Weejay the reception. Messer back to Weejay. Not much power. Washington hits it high. Deckert tracks it down. Has to hit it over. A jab between Mullen and Washington. That one probably going out, but Trubant kept it in. Mullen finds the middle. Brooker up to her left. Washington hits it out, and USC prevails in the rally. Their first point of the third set. Verbeest back on the court for USC. Been a big serving presence for the Trojans, and she'll do the honors here.
We also see McGinnis going in. But those errors are exactly what LSU is going to need to keep on the minimum if they want to take a set here tonight.
So Verbeest to serve. Very carved out role for her. Exclusively serving quite a bit. Also had a really big dig earlier in the match. Just a testament to USC's depth that was a big question mark after losing Allie Batenhorst and Mia Tuaninga from last year's team. Washington tries to get it in, but the point to USC. Some mind games going on with Abigail Mullen at the top of your screen. The Trojans forcing some errors.
And reading those lines and inside the boundaries is something the Trojans are going to want to continue to do with these critical points. Try and make this set go faster for them. Avoid any fatigue.
Verbeest up to her left. Weejay has it blocked. That's Cameron Jeffrey, who's been such a big impact freshman. A little quiet tonight, but for LSU, that's the athleticism coming into play.
Jeffries is a freshman, new blood for LSU, but she was a four-year starter at her high school, leading her team in back-to-back undefeated regional championship titles, including a two-time regional player of the year.
Teb Duraze making her season debut for LSU. As she takes the serve. Messer for Mullen, and she can't keep it in. Just right. And we mentioned Anna Teb Duraze. She's the first D1 volleyball athlete from the country of Georgia. Not to be confused with the state near Louisiana. And she serves it away. Mullen, the right arm. Nice dig from Brooker. Robinson has it blocked, tries for the recovery, but can't get it to go. All even again, and the back and forth at the beginning of sets. That trend is continuing.
That just goes to show the stats that we looked at halftime. These two teams truly are quite equal in a lot of ways. It's just these errors that are taking points away from both sides.
Kirchhoff up ahead to Brooker. Robinson tries for the kill and gets it. Weejay mishandled it. Robinson, we talked about her performance. Came into today 3 kills shy of 1,000, and she has 15 here in the early goings of set number 3.
And those 15 account for half of the total of LSU's kills.
Serve from Jones. Messer. Mullen has it blocked. And Robinson, once again, out in front. She is everywhere right now for Louisiana State.
We've seen 2 critical blocks from LSU so far in this third set, totally taking those Trojan points.
Jones will serve it again. LSU up 2. Trying to capture momentum early in the set, as opposed to later like last one. Weejay cocks it forward. Tevdaraze forward. Messer to her left. And a miscommunication gives USC the point. London, Weejay with some deception. Trojans back within 1.
And we've seen what those deceptive plays can do for USC. Getting those quick fingers up at the net and just being able to tap it over has gotten them quite a few points on the board tonight.
London Weejay, who didn't play much last year, hits it right into the net. Point for LSU. Tevdaraze still on the court for LSU. Such a great story. We talked about her coming from the country of Georgia. Also played at the JUCO level. For moving with her family to Florida. Jeffrey sends it way left. Service error for LSU. They've struggled in that department. Both teams have to an extent, but LSU with 8 service errors to just 1 ace so far.
And even though they are comparable in these service errors, LSU really needs to step up their game and watch it when they are down 0-2 sets. Seems as though the service errors haven't been plaguing USC's winning percentage.
Deckert up ahead. Lee has it deflected, and the point to LSU as it's deflected at the bottom of your screen out of play. That's Angelina Lee, who had 9 blocks on September 5th, over a week ago. That was a career high.
Speaking of career high, she also had a high of 8 kills against Missouri earlier this season.
So Journey Robinson to serve, saying her name all night. She can't get it inbounds, giving USC a point. And LSU is going to have to avoid those freebies for USC. They want to not get swept tonight.
Truly, Casey, we've said it once, we've said it 100 times. These errors would really be something big for LSU.
After the serve, Washington up ahead. Lee finds the court right in front of Deckert. And to result from all of this as well, if you're LSU, the best part about it is you're playing USC tomorrow. You can watch film. You've known this team for 24 hours at that point. If you do end up losing this match, still a lot left to play. Mullen hits it right in the middle. Washington hit up ahead. Freilich getting in on the action. Back for Robinson. Slight tap. Deggert, nice dig. But not enough as Messer hits it right into the net. LSU coming out of the break. Again, really solid play.
Something that USC is going to want to look at going into tomorrow. You brought up how these two teams are facing each other tomorrow night, and, you know, each set has been quite close, so LSU is going to want to really look at this tape and see what they can do to convert these points.
Nice dig from Deckert. Mullen has it blocked. Deckert tries again, but can't get it. LSU is going to force Brad Keller to call a timeout. As USC's skipper wanting to talk things over. It's been that blocking ability from LSU that's really led them to some success here in skided points. They lead 10-6. And they're back on the serve as well. As Cassidy will let it fly. Weejay. Mullen has it blocked. The block party continues as Jessica Jones leading the charge that time. The leader in blocks on the team, making her presence known.
And not to sound like a broken record, Casey, but once again, the Trojans not being able to convert on a point after a break.
Weejay hits it very high. Cassidy in the middle. Freilich hits it off a Messer who can't get it cleanly. 5 unanswered points for LSU. Coming alive here in this third set. They don't want to get swept.
This is the exact momentum and really mentality shift that LSU needed to be able to get some points on the board.
Cassidy serves it again. A line drive right to Weejay. Teeler deflected, but it hits the court. USC stopping the bleeding just a little bit. Coming back within 5 points. It'll be Brooklyn Teeler back to serve.
We've talked about momentum on both sides of this net here tonight, and I think we've seen it come true with both of these teams being able to go on runs and avoid them.
Right side for Freilich, hit right to Decker. Weejay jousted at the net. Ford attempting again. Weejay, great dig there from Robinson. Washington to Weejay. Mullen times her jump, gets it over. Round to her right. Freilich can't get it to go. As it just goes out of bounds. Good idea, but poor execution. And USC back-to-back points after giving up 5 straight. Teeler to serve for USC again. Took the red shirt last year after getting injured. Take another look.
We see Robinson was talking with the line ref right there, trying to call it in, but no challenge is going to go for that point.
Here's Brooklyn Teeler trying to carve out a bigger role this year. Jones has it jousted. Freilich again. Beats the block, but it goes over. Ford has it deflected. And LSU continuing their fine play here in the third set. 5-point lead. A few changes for LSU. Brown and Freilich hitting the bench. Serve coming up from Brooker.
That was Jones on that last block, and we saw her be effective with Freilich by her side, and Jones by herself having some good blocks in there.
Messer. Ford trying for the kill, and it stays alive, but a miscommunication leaves Jessica Jones on her knees, and a point for USC.
USC is going to make some switches as well. We have Verbees going in to serve.
Here's Megan Verbees. Talked about her role serving quite a bit and also play the libero position. And this communication somehow leads to it getting over. McGinnis tries for the kill. Washington has it blocked by Mullen. Abigail Mullen thriving in all facets of the match, including on the block, and USC hits double-digit points here in set 3.
Mullen's quickly become USC's most reliable player. You know, we talked about how good she is at the net, and obviously she's still leading in kills as a towel is called for the court.
And that Big Ten logo on the LSU side, a slippery spot in the court. But looking at some of the leaders so far, Journey Robinson still leading all players in kills and digs. 16 kills, 17 digs. As we take a look at Gala Trubin, and a big player defensively for USC. 5 digs for her. That's third on USC. Trojans have been led by the duo we talked about in the pregame, London Weejay and Abigail Mullen, who each have 7 kills. So here's Verbeest. Brooker, left side for Washington. Very wide and too wide, says the referee. USC with the point there as Washington can't stay within the pins.
These types of errors and almost miscommunication we're seeing from LSU is not helping them keep their lead.
Yeah, they had 2 players receive the serve, kind of running into each other, that last one. Brooker to her right. Jones has it blocked, but it doesn't matter because it's deflected. And that ends the 3-0 scoring run of USC. And not to sound like a broken record as well, but back and forth. This is a toe-to-toe match. I think tomorrow, this is just a preview of what we could see. Maybe even closer match.
I totally agree with you there, Casey. I think both teams are getting to know each other a bit more, and we've seen how hard fought these wins have been today, and tomorrow will be even more so.
Brooker. Washington with a hard hit, somehow dug up by Trubin. Free ball over from Mullen. Robinson with the deflection, kept alive, but no. USC spoils it on the top of your screen. Wow, that was a hard hit ball from Washington.
And that's the type of power we've expected to see from Washington. We saw her teammate Cassidy give an almost surprised look at that sound of that hit was echoed through Galen.
Could hear the oohs and the ahs after Trubin dug it up. Messer to Weejay. She's blocked out in front. Journey Robinson omnipresent on the court right now for LSU. Leads by 5, and they're on a 3-0 run. And for the first time tonight, see Adanya Famuina, who actually didn't play last match either. But she gets her first action tonight. Trying to be a big factor for USC.
She's been on and off for USC this season, but played quite a role last one.
Mullen hits it hard. Brooker finds it. Cassidy for Robinson. Well too far, and the point for USC. One they needed after allowing 3 consecutive points for LSU. Back to a 4-point match. Abigail Mullen will serve it. Someone USC certainly will want to have on the serve as much as they can. She has 3 aces tonight, 10 on the year. Uses the right arm, and it's an error instead. So point for LSU. USC letting up a little bit here in this third set. Jessica Jones, middle blocker, had over 100 sets as a freshman last year. Really making a name for herself for the Tigers. She lets it go. Messer to McGinnis, who hits it hard. Washington tracks it down. Robinson pokes it to Famuina. McGinnis finds the middle of the court. Doesn't always take a ton of power to get a point, and that exhibited it. USC back within 4.
We've seen that really come in handy for the Trojans, as that's just tipped right on over using these types of trick plays. As on the court, we see Adanya Famuina come back out.
Maybe just wanted her to step in for a specific moment. She hits the bench, and Weejay will serve. Co-leads USC in kills with 7. It sails right in the wrong place. LSU trying to win their first set of the night. Coming into tonight, but tonight a different story so far.
Yeah, quite the change we're seeing here from LSU, just not being able to stop these service errors.
Brown the serve. Messer setting up McGinnis. Kisses the line on the other side. And USC gets a needed point from Riley McGinnis, who's really carved out a good role for herself in 2025.
Yeah, we just saw Cassidy not able to get there in time. Ball hitting open court.
Deckert lets it go. Lee, it's deflected. Weejay digs it up. Messer just has to let it go over. Brown for Lee. Lee again. Weejay right there. Messer to her right. Mullen hits it hard. Would have maybe gone out, but it's kept in. Messer to her left. Taylor has it blocked. Somehow kept in. Rally lives on. Freilich lets it go that time. Messer for Mullen. Not much power. Washington tracks it down. Robinson hits it hard and gets the kill. 18 kills for Journey Robinson, targeting Deckard on the other side. And LSU up by 5.
We've seen Decker be able to take those types of harder hits. As we take another look at it here, just not able to get underneath it enough to send it in the right direction.
Deckard finds it for Messer, lets it go. Dropping the hammer with her left arm. USC showing LSU They're not getting lazy here in set 3. They want this sweep, albeit down by 4. And here's Reese Messer. Nearing 300 assists on the year. That time her serve goes far wide. She struggled on the serve this year. Came into today, they 1-12 ace to error ratio. LSU 5 points away.
Not something the Trojans want to be seeing from their service players.
Cassidy lets it go. Decker hits it high. Mullen hits it right to Cassidy. Going to be a tough play. Robinson somehow finds it. Cassidy behind her head. Messer for Taylor. Launches fire. Middle of the court. And that will bring USC back within 4. We take another look.
And that's the type of setup that we've seen Taylor really take advantage of, being able to use that open court to her advantage, get on point when the Trojans need it most.
Truman sends it away. Jones has it blocked by Ford. Freilich trying to track it down. Ford somehow keeps it up. Famuina finds the back right corner. Adanya Famuina hasn't played all that much tonight, but she's been impactful. And USC back within 3.
And quite a critical player for the Trojans. I mean, last year she was named to the Big Ten preseason all-conference team. This year, preseason all-conference team. Formidable player all around.
Washington up ahead. And they said it stayed in. Jessica Jones precisely using her power. Some changes for LSU as we take another look. Wow, close play there, but that clearly stays in. Brooker will tee it off. LSU 4 points away from their first set victory. Trying to avoid the sweep. Messer, Mullen, deflection. Brooker finds it. Robinson gets the kill. She's up to 19, and she has 19 digs as well, which is a career high. She's never had a 20-20 match before, but well into a double-double with 19 kills and 19 digs. So something to keep track of. Brooker on the back line. Famuina. Messer. Ford. Good dig by Brooker. Washington has it blocked by 2 Trojans. Jeffrey somehow keeps it in, deceiving the USC front. And USC has to call timeout. Down by 6 here in a big set back to serve. LSU on a 3-0 run. They need 2 points for a set win. Messer to Mullen. Has it blocked. And LSU now 1 point away from only being down 2-1 in terms of sets. Here at set point, Brooker trying to end it here.
And how important has that block game been for LSU? We saw it again right there with the solo block from Washington, just being able to take advantage of those strategic movements. Brooker
to Famuina and a service ace. Ends set number 3. LSU avoids the sweep, and they score 5 unanswered points to end the 3rd set. Brad Keller said this match was nowhere near over, and he's certainly... So she actually doesn't have her career high quite yet. Jones, initially out of the set break, keeps it on the line and gets the point for LSU. LSU, no stranger to taking the first couple points of a set. See if they keep it up. Neil Washington back to serve. Bright white shoes. Lets it go with the right arm. Line drive right to Trubin. Ford with the kill. Right in front of Laurel Cassidy. And Leah Ford emerging from the woods and laying the hammer.
We saw Cassidy almost do a back bend there, trying to reach that ball, but couldn't get there in time.
Leah Ford, who just got the kill, will be on the serve. Had her career high in kills opening night. That was 11. Jeffrey finds the middle right between the 2 freshmen, Mullen and Messer. LSU quickly in full force out of the break.
And we've seen how important it is when LSU gets on a lead, gets on a roll, really taking advantage of that last set. They led in the beginning of the third and was able to win it, so something they're going to want to replicate here.
LSU scored 5 unanswered points to end that third set. Messer, Weejay, fingertip tap, somehow kept in. Jeffrey over her head, gets it over. Messer to McGinnis. Threads the needle on the right side, getting USC back even, and that's Riley McGinnis, who really been an unsung hero a bit this year, but tonight, no stranger to the success.
She's been quite critical when the Trojans need her most. 7 kills so far today.
That co-leads the team. Washington hits it hard, but too far. A little too much mustard from Nia Washington. A back and forth play extending to this fourth set. Mullen back to serve. She also has 7 kills. 6 digs as well. Such a dynamic player for SC. Brooker to Robinson. Deflected, and it finds the floor. Journey Robinson, so much power and athleticism, continuing her big night.
We're going to see some subs here for the Tigers. Cassidy's going to go back in, as well as Brown.
So Brown will serve it. Again, a really big player on the assist front this year, second on the team. Truman receives. McGinnis has it blocked, but it stays on LSU's side. And there's Riley once again. Now leads USC in kills with 8. So the London Weejay back to serve for USC. Like you mentioned, took the red shirt last year after an incredible freshman year in the Pac-12. Brown back to Robinson, somehow dug up by Deckert. Teeler, 2 hands. Called off by Kirchhoff. Robinson blocked, and a net violation on Journey Robinson gives the point to USC. Quickly has a lead in a set that could be a winner for them if they can take it.
We talked about how important momentum is as we take a look at that close at-net play, and we just saw Robinson come down into the net there.
Robinson setting up Washington. Messer gets it to Weejay. Hits it right in front of Kirchhoff. And there's London trying to come alive after USC's offense spurred off a little bit in that third set. They lead by 3. London back to serve. Talked about that 2023 year for Pac-12 All-Conference honorable mention. Kirchhoff calls for it. Weejay. Messer. Teeler. Right on the back part of the court. Pins it home. And USC on a bit of a run. 4 unanswered.
For sure, especially since she did break that 1,000 point. It could be an all-around record-breaking game for her, but we'll see if she's able to get it there.
Brown to her left for Robinson. Deckert just sends it over. Washington with the dive. And Freilich has it blocked. Riley McGinnis and Brooklyn Teeler, the tandem at the top of the SC logo, extending USC's lead. The Trojans trying to run away with this set. They lead by 5. London Weejay serving yet again on a 5-0 run. Brown back to Lee and another block. Brooklyn Teeler says no. Such a dynamic player for USC, dynamically offensive and defensive. And she gets in the way of that hit.
We've seen how important Teeler can be for this USC team. She was out earlier this season, and what a game changer it's been for her tonight.
Robinson blocked initially. Brown up ahead, trying to find Robinson. Weejay recovers. Teeler, not much power, kept in. Freilich has it blocked. Washington back to Freilich. Messer. Mullen hits off the top of the net, way high. Freilich, again, the deflection off the shoulder of Deckert, and it's blocked. USC finishing off the rally strong. An unconventional one, but they get the point nonetheless. 6 unanswered points for USC. Make that 7.
And this goes into that momentum shift that we were talking about. We've been looking for the Trojans all night to really take advantage of their breaks, of their timeouts, and convert it into points, and we're finally seeing that into action.
That one hit errantly by Lee. And again, those free points coming into play as the errors are stacking up for LSU.
I mean, we've seen both of these conferences that these two teams are in really lead the scores, and so both used to formidable playing.
Angelina Lee with her 6th kill there. As, take another look, hammering that right arm. But LSU might be without Nia Washington, who is in some visible pain right before that break. That could be a storyline the rest of the way. She's been huge for LSU. Mullen is blocked out in front. Tev Duraze gets her first block of the season. Hammering it home. LSU back on the serve. None other than Journey Robinson. Talks the right arm, lets it go. Line drive to Weejay. Messer to Teeler. Threads the needle on the far side. And she's been huge in this 4th set.
We're going to see LSU kind of change things up in their formation. Not only was Washington in pain, but she did leave the court and is getting checked out inside Galen Center.
Beckert serves it away. Robinson. Tev Duraze. Messer, left arm. Finds the floor. Dropping the anchor. And USC continuing to pile on here in set number 4.
So we take a look at that replay there, just being able to read that open spot and get in that point.
Brown to Freilich, initially blocked. Kept in. Ford defying gravity in the middle of the court and lets it loose. Trojans running away with this nearly at a double-digit lead, up 9.
We've talked about how important momentum is this entire game as we've seen both teams go on runs, and USC really taking a big one here.
Beckert sends it away. That ends the 3-0 scoring run for USC as Jessica Jones makes her way back out. But talked about that injury to Nia Washington. That certainly will put a lot more pressure on Tev Duraze to step up. Getting a lot more playing time here in set 4. Freilich blocked. And the deflection goes out of bounds. Point for LSU. That's Freilich, who didn't start this game. Didn't get action for quite some time early on, but making an impact here.
Especially up at that net with Jones. We've seen the two of them become quite the blocking duo today.
Tev Duraze, the slight tap. Messer up ahead. Ford trying to get it on Brown. Cassidy setting up Freilich. Blocked by 3 Trojans. Hits it back. Tev Duraze gets the deflection in the kill.
We see
Tev Duraze with her first kill of the season in her season debut.
And what a light up we saw from her. Super excited, celebrating with her teammates.
Cassidy sends it away. Teeler has it blocked. Weejay able to track it down. Beckert just sends it over. Brown to her left. And Jones gets it in. Brad Keller disagreed. Well, they say it's a deflection anyway. Good crowd. See a clash of conferences. 2 universities athletically that have a lot of history, sharing that 2004 football national championship. Of course, played each other in football last year, week 1 of the season. Cassidy will let it go down 5. LSU on a 4-0 run. Messer in the middle for Ford, who finds the deflection and the point. But USC getting a good opening play out of the break, and they lead by 6.
Speaking of which, what a change we've seen for the Trojans in this 4th set, being able to take advantage of those breaks and convert them into points, which is something we've been asking for them all game.
Freilich pointing to the bench after that point. Trying to save this game, like I said. Certainly not over yet. LSU within 5. Brooker back to serve. Been big on the serve today. And a team that's only found 2 aces to USC's 5. Brooker has 8 digs and 17 assists. Weejay up ahead to Messer. Ford has it blocked. Messer, the recovery. Tev Duraze Brooker. Robinson tries for the kill, but a good dig. Decker. Teeler with a joust. Cassidy somehow keeps it in. Mullen hits it hard. Robinson tracks it down. Tevdaraze. Messer. Teeler blocked. The rally keep on going. Robinson again. Weejay with the right arm digs it up. Deckard over. Jones finds the middle of the court and ends the rally. LSU capturing momentum after one of the longest rallies, maybe the longest we've seen tonight.
And what a rally it was for LSU as we take another look at it here, just finding that open court, reading the Trojans defense perfectly. We saw head coach Brad Keller get a little upset earlier about that Cassidy save, perhaps calling a holding, but didn't go for the challenge. Ford
tries for the kill. Brooker to the middle for Robinson, blocked out in front. Leah Ford and Brooklyn Teeler right there. And the blocking duo gets the point for USC, back up by 5.
And this is both teams just going read for read, figuring out each other's defenses and finding those open areas on the court.
USC back on the serve after the long rallies. Gala Truman airs it out, and it's a little too far. So a point for LSU. So USC's 11th serving error tonight. A game that's been, although separated pretty significantly from a scoring standpoint, USC taking the first 2 sets, pretty equal statistically as Tevdaraze airs it out. Messer, Mullen tries for the kill. Cassidy recovers. Robinson blocked out in front, but it doesn't matter. There's another one for Journey Robinson. And she's having a career night. 20 kills for her, 16 digs. And like we mentioned earlier, reaching that 1,000 kill mark included in that total.
She's going to want to, I don't know if it's in her mind, but try and get to that 20th dig as well. She was knocking on the door earlier. Don't know what happened there, but she'll be trying to get back up to that.
USC with the point there. They're back up by 4. They're only 8 points away from a big win at Galen Center. Trojans 4-0 at Galen this year, trying to make it 5-0. Megan Verbees back deep for USC. Native of Manhattan Beach, not too far, as Brad Keller likes to recruit locally. Robinson tries for the kill, and she's going to get another. Journey Robinson carrying LSU right now. They're back within 3 in a game that has swung many different directions. Verbeest and Ford off for USC. We're going with more of a smaller look right now.
What a night it's been for Robinson. That was her 21st kill. Hitting percentage currently sitting at a .231 so far.
Jones the serve. Messer to her right. Mullen trying for the deflection, and it hits the pin after the deflection, so USC the point. And Abigail Mullen, maybe a quieter game for her than usual, but still nearly co-leading USC in kills with 8 so far.
You know, Mullen's so used to leading the team that she's still up there with 8 kills, right under Teeler with 9. But it has been a bit of a quieter night.
Her serve that time goes way too far. Platoon change, Cassidy, Brown, and Freilich back on for LSU. They're trying to stay alive in this game. Only down 3. Seen them come back before. Brown back deep. Only one of 4 new recruits this year for Tanya Johnson as she hits it right into the net. Another error. Make that 11 for LSU on the serving end. That gives USC the serve.
Now, interesting enough, missing from the Trojans playing roster has been Mia Taverdi, the transfer who has had quite success for the Trojans this season so far, but has yet to have game action tonight.
Robinson in the middle. She's blocked by McGinnis. Riley McGinnis has been so big on the block, and she shows her ability to stop Robinson, a player that's been so formidable. Weejay back to serve for USC. They lead by 5. They need 5 to win. Tevdaraze to Brown. Lee tries for the kill, somehow dug up. Messer hits it over with the left arm. Robinson blocked by Messer. Brown tracks it down. Freilich can't keep it in. And no, they say it was in because of deflection, so it doesn't matter that it crossed the line. And still the back and forth continues.
Keller's going to challenge this.
As USC gets a 1-point swing in their direction after that, taking a point off LSU's tally after they turn it over. Weijie the serve. Robinson in the middle to find it. Up ahead to Robinson again, and she's blocked. The teardrop from Riley McGinnis gets it to go. He's having an incredible game on the block, up to 8 blocks total. And USC 3 points away from winning this match in 4 sets.
As we take another look at that block, USC excited with that.
Weijie a little too far. That ends the 4-0 run. Seemed like USC was riding all the momentum after that challenge. It'll be Robinson to serve it instead. 21 kills for her, 16 digs, 4 blocks. Career day for sure. Weijie the reception. Messer, McGinnis, and Cassidy somehow finds it. Tevdaraze. Messer left arm. Brown digs it up. Cassidy. Freilich. Late block attempt for USC, but they find it nonetheless. Dealer. Brown. Tevdaraze trying to find the deflection. Messer. Teeler. Long rally again. Deckert finds it. Messer. McGinnis tries for the kill. Somehow kept alive. Messer left arm. Finds the floor. Dropping the anchor right in front of Brown, and USC capitalizing late in set 4. Trying to will themselves to a win.
Brown just not able to get under it as we take another look here. Just getting advantage of that open space and using it for another point.
Deckert sends it away. Brown to her left. Lee with some force. Telling USC, hey, we're still in this one. She lets it go, and back to a 6-point set number 4. Here's Laurel Cassidy, a native of Baton Rouge. Hometown kid here for LSU. Can't get the serve to go, and a costly one. We're up to set point. USC, a chance to end it here.
Cassidy's going to come off with Kirchhoff taking her spot.
Here's Reese Messer. Fans on their feet at Galen. USC wants a win. Messer lets it go, and a service ace ends the match. Reese Messer, who has struggled serving this year, says, let me finish this game, as USC wins in 4 sets. They won the first 2, dropped the 3rd, and then took the 4th, winning set 4 25-17. Wow, this was an intense one. Even though LSU only won 1 set, what a game for Journey Robinson.